Hey, welcome to another edition of the Mondeh Report. Here, I'm your host for this episode. I'm Furious Kloud, here with the gang. Got our legal analyst, Tamba Monday. What's going on, Tamba?
Yo, it's good.
Hey, can't call it, man. Got our cultural expert, Kane. What's going on with you, Kane?
Hey man, I'm just happy to be here, man. Shout out to the gang.
That's what's up, man. And we also have our text expert, Phil, with us again. Hey, what's going on, Phil?
What is going on? What's going on, team?
I can't call it, man. Hey, we got a quick episode again for you guys. Going to be touching everything from sports to what's going on in the world and get everybody's opinion and just kind of keep everybody up to date with what's going on. First off, we'll just shoot right into it with sports and what's going on the front page. We had Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points, and he got some hate. He probably got more hate than support for his accolade. I honestly um, can see a lot of similarities with what he did and with what Kobe did. I mean, he wasn't playing against with Bam. He wasn't playing certainly playing against a title contender. And when Kobe dropped his, he wasn't playing against a title contender. However, good people want to make the Raptors at that time, they weren't about to win a chip that year. You see what I'm saying? So that's just my quick take on it, man. I'll just go ahead and pass it on to T. Let me know how you feel about it. What's your take?
Dog, this was like probably like the most surprising thing that's happened in sports for me in like a long time. Like I wouldn't have guessed that Bam Adebayo would have been the person that would have scored 80 points in the game. Like you could kind of see where the NBA was going, where like, a couple guys were getting like 70 points that probably wouldn't have if it wasn't for like the 3-point line. Guys like Donovan Mitchell, Joel Embiid, got, Devin Booker, but you kind of expect it from them because they like scores. But Bam's more of like a rebounder, more of like a passer, like kind of like the glue guy, you know what I'm saying? And so I just thought it was like one of the most surprising things because I don't consider him a scorer, but after something like this, I guess you have to like acknowledge that he can score. You know what I'm saying? And so for him to for him to get that many shots up too, for him to put up like, 23s, 40 free throws, like that shit was just crazy, man. And salute to him though. But as far as like how I view it, I just view it like, the game's just moved towards where guys who probably used to, probably could score like 40 in a game, 50 in a game, you're going to start seeing more 60 and 70-point games. And so, I just feel like it's good for basketball, but then again, it's like how do you like put it like in context with like what's going on? So, that's what I got.
All right, man, that's an interesting perspective, man. Phil, what you got? You got any pushback on T's take? How do you see it?
Yeah, I do got pushback on his take, man. I think yeah, I would say what I do agree with is unexpected that Bam would drop 83. But if I take 43 shots in the game and I shoot 40 free throws, I probably should get 83. I mean, like I'm not saying like that's a bad thing. You feel me? But I think it's more so like if you're like organically, you're never gonna be able to score that many points. Like unless you just around the rim, you collected rebounds, like I just don't see how you could be as productive. Like Klay Thompson dropped 60 and he didn't dribble the basketball. You feel what I'm saying? Like I think that's probably like the most efficient scoring total that you could probably get, and he didn't shoot nothing but like at least 30 shots. So it's like what's more impressive to you? Is volume impressive to you, or is more so like efficiency impressive? To me, efficiency is more impressive. But shout out to Bam because that still take a lot of effort to do. So congratulations to him. I just think that the Washington Wizards is trash. Um, and and that's probably why he was able to do that.
I think like pushing back on the efficiency point though, like I feel like it was efficient because just factoring in the 3 point. Maybe he wasn't efficient from the 3 point,
I
but
mean, he shot what 7 for 22 for 3 point.
yeah, that's not
Back up.
efficient. But like shooting 20 from 20 for 43 overall, I feel like that's borderline efficient.
I mean, I can see if it was like 30, like he made 30 shots. Like to me, that's more efficient. But I get what you're saying. I mean, at least 50, like close to 50%. But I mean, he a big though. You feel me? So like, I'm like 23s, bro. I don't know. I don't think that's his game. I think he went out of his game to go and get these 80 points. Like he didn't get that within the realm of the offense. Like it wasn't like the offense was just coming to him and he dropped the 83. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No
You
other
guys hear me?
Heat player above 9 field goals attempted. You don't think that was like coerced? You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't know, man.
I want to hear Kane's take on this first, but I definitely know some guards who we consider powerhouses who shoot 30% from three, who we would have had no problem with them shooting that and said their numbers were efficient. But let me hear what K4 has to say and
Ooh,
then
name
wrap
name
it up.
him. Name him.
Let me hear what Kane has to say quick while he has what you guys said fresh on his mind. Then I'll wrap it up. What you got, Kane?
I don't care for Bam's 80-point game in a good way or a bad way. I don't deem it ethical or unethical. I hate that my lighting situation ain't prepared right now. You know what I'm saying? I kind of just look like a shadow right now. That's crazy. I look like a player you got to unlock.
Hey, keep it on me.
But yeah, what was I saying about? Oh yeah. I don't deem it ethical or unethical. I don't think it's good or bad. I just really feel like I mean I don't know. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. The only thing that messed me up about it is who did it, and that's not saying Bam ain't good or nothing like that. But Bam Adebayo, no, I'm gonna say it like this: the Heat are on my band parlay list. You know why? Because Jimmy Butler is part of my band list. Also, Bam Adebayo is part of my band list. I don't even touch that team. I don't touch their money lines. I won't even, man. I won't even, man. The closest I'll get to picking on a Miami Heat game is on the daily pick'ems on 2K. That's it. Forget the no. Listen, you can't tell me as good as Bam is, he can't get you 20 points. If you go and look at his averages, Buddy don't average 20 points a game. That game might have put him in the 20s, might have, maybe. But he's like 17, 18, 19 points per game scorer. And it's not about he with like him doing it, it's not like whether he could or he couldn't. It's just like, are you freaking serious? The same guy who you would bet for to have 20 points and he'll end up with 13? So you mean to tell me even if I shaded that bet and I had him to go for 15, y'all still would have robbed me blind? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. That's the same. Ain't no way. Who is that? He get the same type of treatment Miles Turner get for them rebounds. Ain't no way. That if Miles Turner turned up and had a 40 rebound game, a 50 rebound game, that's the same thing. That's the same thing, bro. It's not about Bam. I mean, it's about Bam, but it's not about the 80-point game breaking Kobe record, ethics, efficiency. It ain't about none of that for me. It's about how much did he score in the very next game? Because I'll bet
like 20.
20. Did he score 20 next game?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Hey man.
That what he said, or is that what's true?
No, I like for
I
real.
heard from him. Like I didn't
Who was
check
him?
it.
Bam?
Yeah.
Man. Hey man. Shout out to Bam, man. Shout out to Asia. You feel me? Shout out to everything they got going on. But are you serious, bro? Like, if anything, bro, my second point is Wilt definitely scored 100 points. I'm a believer now. I'm a believer. Because Bam is good, but I don't think he Wilt Chamberlain. So if he scored 83, Wilt can get 83.
Nah,
And Wilt
real
is
talk.
and Wilt is a and
Real
Wilt
talk.
is a known
Real talk.
Stat pattern.
Real talk.
So I believe it. I for sure believe he went for 100 for sure.
But I just don't believe the competition was like how it is now.
Shout out to Bam. Shout out to the Heat. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Kobe. Shout out to the 83-point record. You feel me?
But if I agree, bro. I think Wilt Chamberlain definitely did that 100 points. If Bam could do 83, bro, he definitely did that 81. I mean that 100.
Easy. Because it's crazy. We seen well, first, Devin Booker did it first. And then I'm trying to think, I think Embiid was second. Embiid was either the last to do it or second to last. But I think Damian Lillard or Donovan Mitchell did it second or third. Either way, they scored 70. And my whole thing was, yeah, this generation or the game how it's played today is definitely different. Because I'm not saying all those guys can score. That's not, nobody's taking away from them from that. It's just for you to even pull that off. Like, because those guys, they're not on the Kobe 05, 06, or whichever season it was. Those guys, none of those guys were on a team like that where they are the scouting report. You get what I'm saying? All those guys played with at least another star or had a competent team. All those guys played for teams that plan to be in the playoffs. Put it like that. Like we're a lock for the playoffs. And they did it. So it's cool, man. I mean, I'm cool with it. It ain't doing me nothing.
So it wasn't tight.
That's
what you're saying.
It's just funny from a gambling perspective. That's the only thing had me hyped. Like I said, hey, Cloudy, is Bam getting that 83 not the same as Miles Turner going for like a 40 rebound game, bro? That's the same. That's the perfect analogy, bro.
That's valid. I could see a lot of the similarities, but I will say this. To me, that's like Julius Randle getting the 83.
Nah, Julius Randle is a ball holder. He's a bad IQ shot
real
taker.
Talk, bro.
Nah, I can see him doing that on a bad team. Like, he's not doing that on a team with an Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards has dealt with him before.
I mean, Bam got Tyler Hero.
43 shots, bro, and 43 free throws.
No,
Yeah, that's the crazy joint right there,
is
bro.
Anthony Edwards dead? Is he doing this for a tribute to Anthony Edwards? Like,
Hey,
no
but look,
way.
43 free throws,
hey, but look, what you said about Miami,
and he
though.
made 36 of them. Wink, wink.
Yeah, that's where he got it at, though. For real, for real.
Made 36 of them joints, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? 10 dunks. You feel me?
7 for 22 from the 3-point line.
That's
Shitty.
21 points.
Shitty.
Julius Randle could do that
Julius Randle could do that.
against the Wizards for sure.
It's it happened, and congratulations to him that it happened, but it's not impressive, bro.
Hey, that's impressive though. That's where I disagree. Even
I
if them
don't
niggas
think
was
it was.
even if them niggas was G leaguers, he did it against the Wizards. And I done seen plenty people play the Wizards this season and not even put up 20 points, bro.
It's
But
because
see,
they
this
didn't
the
want
thing.
to.
This the thing, though. It wasn't necessarily impressive when any of them other guys scored 70. Not to me, anyway. I wasn't impressed.
Hey, but look, you said who else could do that? Luka. Luka could do that.
Luka probably had the most success, impressive 70-point game out of all of them.
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
They were saying they were letting folks get to the rim that game, though.
I don't remember it, bro.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? It wasn't impressive, right?
That's what they were saying.
You feel me?
That's what they were saying.
We would have heard about that shit, Kane. That's all we saying.
I feel
You know what I mean?
Because volume not impressive in basketball.
Hell no.
Like if
It's
a
neither.
motherfucker shoot the ball 19 times and he makes 17 shots and he go for 40, bro. Like, cause he got to the free throw line like 12 times and made 10 of them shits. Like, bro, like, and his team win by 20 points. That's harder than an 83-point game, bro. Like, to me.
Yeah, that's real. So both of y'all agree on the fact that it's not impressive. You see what I'm saying? The Adebayo. What do you think, T? You agree with them that it's not impressive?
I think it's impressive just because of who it is.
Well, I don't. I take it back, bro. I take it back, bro.
But Kane said it's neither impressive nor
No,
is it not impressive.
let me walk back my statement. Let me walk back my statement. It's impressive from an athlete perspective. It's not impressive all time, bro. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like like as an athlete, for somebody to do that, I'll be like,
Absolutely.
you get what I'm saying? Like your
Congratulations.
conditioning, you had to be in the zone. You feel me? Adrenaline pumping. Like, you get what I'm saying? As an athlete, that is impressive for you to be able to attempt all that. To be, you know what I'm saying? The motor it took, all that. That's impressive. All time as an accolade, not as much.
To me, man, what's impressive about it is that he was able to get them shots up and he was able to take that many. Like, the fact that he had the ball in his hand that many times is impressive.
Man, shout out to his coach, man.
And
Real.
the Wizards couldn't do nothing about it.
Shout out to Eric Spoelstra, man.
But I'm just a critic.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Hey man, so that about wraps it up, man. I appreciate everybody's take, man. Look, the U.S. Senate
That boy
passes
wilding, bro. You see?
housing affordability bill recently, and we just want to know: is this like good for the public? That that this new bill
I don't.
that this
I
new
don't
bill
think.
actually claims to be one of the biggest bills, affordability bills in the last 30 years. Do you guys agree? You could kick it off, Phil. My bad.
Me personally, like when I'm considering that what Altcoin Psycho puts on this post is true. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think it really changes anything. Like it just makes it so that okay, small corporations can, just do the same thing. Like, okay, 350 homes in one particular town, that's easy to do. You dig what I'm saying? So the main problem doesn't really get cut out. It stops like BlackRock and Blackstone, maybe, but they could just create subsidiaries and then distribute them amongst the nation. You see what I'm saying? And it still funnels all the way back up to the top. Or it sets up a different direction in which, like, wealth is created. Like, because homes is closely related to, like, tax breaks, different things of that nature. But if it becomes a different game, i.e., stable coins coming to the market and you making money off stable coins, it's like, is the home the safest, like, financial investment, or is it like, does it become that? You know what I mean? Because like when they change the rules of the game, that means to some degree the game changed. You feel me? So it's like it's just a matter of like what actually is in the bill itself. Because just going off of like key headlines, I don't think that's something that we could do, especially when the bill passed 89-10, given how influenced Congress is by corporations. I think it's a loophole probably like looming somewhere that we're not considering.
Yeah, I certainly agree with that, and I also think that there's not really enough data just from the graphic in itself. I haven't done my own due diligence on this to see what it entails. But T, what do you know about it?
You muted, blood.
Oh, my bad. I don't really know too much about it. But just judging off the headlines, it seems like they're just trying to reduce corporations' influence, I guess, in form. But like the person who had that tweet said, just because like they have this definition of an investor and it says you have to invest in like 350 homes or more, um, that doesn't really mean that people who invest in less than 350 homes aren't investors or aren't capable of being corporations. So I just think that, like what Phil said, it'd be interesting to see, what sort of loopholes are in it. But I don't know. You just have to worry about, like, we talked about before, like whether or not all these sorts of things going on is leading to maybe a recession, possibly happening. And, one of the things of the last recession was just like, the housing market and how they used the banks to get in on that. So I don't know. I just think it's just something to watch, especially with who's in power right now. And just be interesting to see what happens.
What's your take on that?
I'm assuming you talking to me.
Yes, sir.
All right, so from what I understood was what they were saying was there is a limit of 350 homes you can own. So the people in the comments or sharing this are saying the loophole is that if I'm a $1 billion company, I can create a million smaller companies and then in those companies buy 350 homes each. That's what they're saying the loophole is. So if they're saying, like, you can only buy so many Jordans, or you can only there's a max per account, then what's stopping people from getting multiple accounts and just buying? You know what I'm saying? So that's supposed to be the loophole. I'm not really too big on real estate in the and in the economy, so I'll be just listening to y'all talk about this and see what I can learn, and you know. But outside of that, I'm not really sure what else is going on. I just feel like everybody should have a home first. Like I feel like everybody should be given a home, and then we start doing, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Cause I mean, like for real, that type of stuff is affecting Tuscaloosa. A lot of the houses, a lot of the homes are, a lot of the homes are being bought and then torn down to make room for apartments. Then a lot of the apartments are for the students. So the apartments that are not for the students are like taxing. They're raising their rent. Not only, well, this is the theory because I don't know the facts, but I'm assuming they're raising their rates to, for one, for the excuse of inflation, and then for two, to compete with the apartment, um, the college housing. So there's more demand. If 45 to 50% of the housing is owned by the university or for the university, that means there's more of a scarcity for the people who are born and raised here. All the people who live here for months at a time, for semesters at a time to go to school, they're let me see, their housing is more secure than people who live here and who are from here, born and raised. And not only is it like they're throwing up apartments, they're throwing up hotels as well. So people who come from like alumni, who come for away games, all that other stuff, so they'll have a place to stay. But meanwhile, the people here who don't really have much options job wise have to figure out how to make all this stuff work. And we just Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I'm not saying we ain't nothing but roll tide, you know what I'm saying? But we just a city in Alabama. You was
Something
muted,
that
brother.
you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, so I agree with everybody. Something after looking over a couple of things, seeing how it ties into housing and what Phil was saying as far as, changing the perspective on what was once deemed a solid investment for us all, especially us on the in the middle and lower classes, might not be there, when a lot of, Gen Zers are of age to invest in something like that. But looking at their business plan and their proposals and everything, they're proposing that this is going to increase the housing supply, and they're going to create a lot of programs that are going to offer grants and loans to basically provide an affordable housing initiative. And they're also going to have the bill that supports manufactured housing. So it's going to make it quicker and cheaper to construct and everything.
That's it, bro. I just
And
seen
then you
that. I
just
uh, I
said,
looked at
and
Title
you,
3 and I'm looking at section 230, like 301, and I'm like, okay, manufacturing housing. I can see how they could be expanding that market right here with this bill. You dig what I'm saying?
can see how that's I can see how that, especially at a time like now,
And who does
where
that benefit? Who's the largest like manufacturing like
yeah,
homes?
that's
Like you could buy like they've been advertising that you could buy homes on Amazon
the kit
recently.
homes, the manufactured homes, and everything. But at a time like now, um, that might be the economic boom that America really needs. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine getting a crib from China.
And people have off Amazon, and you know what I'm saying, those other platforms.
But I'm
It's
saying though,
Hey, I
but,
don't think nothing wrong with that though.
but look though, but what kind of homes?
A manufacturing
different kit
home,
homes. Yeah, different kind of.
right?
No, I get that, but like, is it gonna be like, all right, we gonna put together some homes, but they all duplexes. They all like inches away from each other. No real land. Y'all probably sharing a driveway type shit. Like, what kind of homes though?
Yeah, those are exactly the type of neighborhoods that they're putting up.
Like, are they built like with like? Are they just throwing houses up together, or like, or are they building them secure and good homes, like the homes that was built like years ago
Hey, but
on
look,
solid foundation and stuff?
let me also state this: just because they're building them up close and everything doesn't mean that they're not building them solid and everything. It just means I'm being factual on is that they're cheaper and easier to construct than the traditional way of architecture. You feel me?
No, I'm saying those might be decent, but as far as like let's take the let's take the tiny homes and let's take those out. You feel me? Let's just
Okay.
say they building houses like from the ground up type shit, whatever kind of houses they are. If they are cheaper and they're they like, come on, bro, they gonna maximize this stuff, bro. It's like they not gonna say, "Oh, we're not gonna give them that much space and that much land, and we're gonna make it tiny." So we're gonna balance it out by making this a good, nice, secure home. No, they gonna try to give you what they feel like your money is worth. That's how I feel. And then on top of that, the people they can have plans and like what you call it, the diagram that show you how everything built like all intricately. They can have like layouts and all that, but who's to say they might just want to pay some cheap people that don't really either know what they doing or don't really care and they just throw it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But look, just to have some pushback on Psycho's initial post, um, what this bill is actually proposing is giving people the initiative, especially the single family homes, a chance to buy homes, a chance at owning those single family homes that they wouldn't have necessarily got a chance to own. You know what I'm saying? Because the bigger corporations would have owned them. Like it wasn't like an equal playing field. That's where I guess the root of everything lies. You see what I'm saying? And I can kind of see where maybe a single mother with a lot of things that they're proposing this bill's going to put in place will make it easier for whether they're white, black. When they say single family homes, that's initially what I'm thinking, like the single mothers that are on like Section 8 and a lot of these other programs that might not necessarily get a chance to own in a unit. This will really put them in play, but it
I
still
got a,
goes back. It still goes back to Phil's ultimate question: who is this really benefiting?
I got a question before we
Go ahead.
answer that question. Section 8 means it's government funded, right? Or no?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just like the name of the program. It was like Section
So
8 of some law.
so Section 8 doesn't mean like it's government funded or like a tax write off to the government or something like that. Like,
It
I need
means
to
it's
know
government
because
funded. I don't know about the tax write-off part. That maybe
because
so.
there are some there are some. Well, I take that back. I haven't seen many Section 8 homes and apartments that were like in good condition, that were kept up by the landlords. Like there's been apartments here that that they have been forced to renovate, and they had infestation problems for so long. Like, and my only point with this is that if Section 8 homes are government funded or government regulated or having anything to do with the government, those homes aren't kept up to standard and all that. The government not checking on those places and saying, "Hey, these walls need to be. You need to be checking for mold every year, or you know what I'm saying. You got a rodent or a infestation problem, or the pipes leaking. Like there's no type of nothing going on with that. So all I'm that's why I am assuming that if the government is just basically saying we're gonna give y'all these tiny homes and then we're gonna take all the real properties and stuff and only the rich people or the people who are well off are gonna live in these homes and we're gonna push y'all into these tiny communities with these little homes or single parent homes. Like, am I the only person seeing something wrong with this?
Yeah, I'll say quickly to that, like just to add some context, like locally, that's where it kind of depends on if you got like rent control or if you got like laws that like benefit people like investing in property. Because if you got rent control, then whoever invests in the property is not going to have any incentive to come in and deal with like the mold problem or anything like that. But if you allow people to like invest in property or have those kinds of laws, then that's where these prices start to skyrocket. And so that's like a like broad debate that happens like to that point.
Makes sense. But yeah, who does all this benefit?
I think it benefits those that can manufacture homes, man. Um, it kind of like it kind of, I don't know if we necessarily need homes to be built faster, more so that we need homes that actually need to be built well. And I don't think this like necessarily like supplements that, but I think it's more of a stopgap. It provides something else. So like if we could get financing for like manufactured homes, then it kind of creates more of like a quote unquote affordable housing. But I think more so like if we just have better built structures, we could probably alleviate the whole quote unquote affordable housing thing. But I think that goes more so into a situation where it's like, what what do we actually value as far as our workers? Like, how do we develop them versus like what we're actually working with? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we're gonna begin manufacturing homes, but does that mean that the material is gonna be just as good? Like what will be taken away from this home? Like what difference is this than a mobile home? You know what I'm saying? So I think we just gonna have to like see it all play out because of course they passed this 89 to 11. You know what I mean? So this is completely bipartisan. And they only, in my opinion, they only agree on some bipartisan shit when it's on some fuck shit. So we'll have to see it play out.
Perspectives, man. Um, Definitely gonna have to ponder up on this on the playback because it's something that we should keep at the top forefront of our minds, man. But anywho, man, we got March Madness, man. Can't wait to fill out my bracket, man. I swear I'm a hit 100% this year. And it's also the perfect time to plus 100 on the sports bet money line parlays, bro. Especially those 1 versus 16 matchups. 2 versus 15 matchups, kind of tricky, 3-14s, but the 1 versus 16s for sure, stacking those with some NBAs, you could see some nice ROI. Done it for years. But might get some pushback. People might say the way these cats are throwing games this year, bro, hell nah. A 16 seed team is sure to upset a 1 seed. Man, definitely have some fantastic freshmen this year. DMP hooking them up. Debansa. Will Bediako get a chance to play, this March Madness for Alabama? We'll see, man. What's you guys' take on how things play out? Anybody's free to start.
Man, I'll say this, man. I thought Alabama would have been a little bit better this year. I felt like they gave away a couple games. Um, so if Bediako can play, I think they could go pretty deep, and because they got 2 bigs already, and if they add one more big to that, then I feel like Alabama could make some noise as like a dark horse, in the tournament. So I like I don't they're like 10,000 to 1 to win the Natty, but I wouldn't take that. I'll probably take Arizona. I think Arizona's probably been the most consistent team from start to finish. Like Michigan and Duke have been the 3 best. So, but I just think Arizona's been more consistent and they played in the best league. So I go Arizona with that. And then yeah, just watching if Bediako can play, because if he can, I think Alabama could go pretty deep. So that's my take on it. That's what I'm excited to see.
Man, this what's up, man. Hey, Phil Kane, either one of you guys could follow up.
I think college basketball has always been tricky for me, man, because to me it always seems like who's the hottest team, like going into March, that like really makes the biggest difference. Um, I'm sure you could probably score some good bets on the 1 to 16 matchups. That's probably why college basketball is actually still relevant, because you can make some money off of it. Um, but I think that whomever might be the hottest team, I like Florida. I know Tom mentioned Arizona. I like Florida, man, to make a deep run. I don't know if they'll repeat, but I do like, or I don't even know if they won last year, but I know Florida was a great. I know Florida's been a good squad. They've been beating Alabama, and of course that's who I've been watching closely. Um, Going through this college basketball season. Arizona is going to be formidable. Duke, you got the NBA guys. Man, what I really like about the about college, about March Madness is that the NBA players show up. So yeah, so like when the NBA players, I like when the NBA players show up, man. So AJ Bedanza, like we'll be able to get a chance to see all these guys against like pretty elite defenses, man. So it should be a fun one, like it always is.
What you got?
I ain't been keeping up with it this season.
Good up, man. My take was that ultimately Phil has Florida, T has Arizona, Duke. um, Pretty much who I have, but I'm not gonna lie. Connecticut as well. I think T mentioned Connecticut. Um, yeah, it's I really don't see anybody lower than a 2 seed running away with it either. So it's probably gonna be about the showcasing of talent, like Phil said, more than anything. Um, but I definitely look forward to it. I'll definitely look forward to college more than NBA. I've just been kind of thrown off by all the throwing game, the fixing, of the sports betting, but definitely on the college hoops, man. But anyway, man, next up, the US recently got into a conflict. Um, so the right will call it an actual war, what many leftists are calling it. Um, we've gone back and forth with Iran in terms of airstrikes. I believe we've taken out not only some of their infrastructure, but we've also taken out some innocent civilians, and there've been some pushbacks throughout the Middle East and the international business sphere because of that. Uh, they've actually shut down the Strait of Hormuz, which is very instrumental in the oil trade, uh, not just to the Middle East, but China, Russia, uh, Southern America, depend on a lot of products that come out of the Strait of Hormuz. And when I say China, it's really Southeastern Asia. Um, but nonetheless, I can definitely see gas in our area raising $2 at least at the worst, because if tensions rise, uh, and I don't think we're prepared for that. Uh, but that's just my take, man. What do you guys take on the current conflict that we have going on right now in the Middle East?
Man, that gas price take is gonna really hit home, man, because I agree. It could raise a couple dollars, and and we all remember the last time, during the Iraq War, when gas went from like $1 to like $3, and that was crazy. And so, I could only imagine, and that's crazy, and it's just the danger, you know what I'm saying? And just the unexpected nature of everything and how it's going to play out. That's what's scary to me. Like, we don't know how bad it could get. Even though it seems from here that like it's been mostly under control, but it's just something that we're all gonna have to deal with, I guess.
Anybody else got a perspective on the Iran
Yeah.
conflict?
Yes. So according to Zero Hedge, Iran is like they're telling the world that they should prepare for barrels of oil to cost up to $200 a barrel. So yeah, man, they're only letting Iranian and Chinese vessels go through the Strait of Hormuz right now. And that to me seems like it's just the world transitioning away from using petrodollars. And they're probably gonna start like because see, Iran was trying to use cryptocurrency to circumvent the sanctions that had been imposed on them that ruined their currency. So once they moved off of trying to use the US dollar and they tried to backdoor through the cryptocurrency market, that's when all guns went ablazing towards, pushing this attack on Israel, I mean pushing this attack on Iran. Now, once that happened and once that play was made, and I'm looking at this, it seems to me that it's going to take a while. As long as China is able to get what they need, this is gonna probably play out to a point where it's gonna be a war of attrition. And I think if that becomes the stage of the theater, then we'll probably lose that. Because I don't think that I think I think from a I think that we have a like our military benefits from the idea of us being strong than us actually being strong. You know what I mean? Like it's more of like, do you believe that I'm strong enough to destroy you? If you do, then I can get away with that. I can get away with doing what I want to do. But it's like if you actually test that theory, you know what I mean? Like how far are you willing to go for that to actually become either false or true? And then that becomes more of like, how much money do we spend in this? So it's really about how much money do you have? Are you actually like creating an economy where your people benefit from you being in this war? Because if that was the case, then we wouldn't be tripping as Americans. It's just that you can't have like these expensive ass prices going on at home, and then you saying that we need to fund a war that just only puts us in a worse spot while promoting pretty much a new global power into place while like just sacrificing us to promote a new power. I don't believe that's something that we should be investing in personally. But that's how I feel about the Iran and US conflict.
That's real.
Yeah, solid, because it's almost like they're telling us to invest in bricks. You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like that though. You know what I mean? Like this seems like if you're an investor and you think it with a logical mind, that makes the most sense.
That's the type of shit niggas need. I wish like Dennis was on this joint for as some solid real. What's his perspective on some shit like that as well? 'Cause I definitely agree with you. Like it's just and then you brought up a solid historical fact. The fact that actually the decline of the petrodollar, how not only basically the West has done Iran and where a lot of their animosity comes from, not a lot of it, but some of it. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been done wrong in a lot of ways, and still have thrived, and then have tried to uh, withhold their sovereignty and everything, and then here we come trying to act like the world's police because we can't get what we want out of them. And you brought up a solid again. And the first thing that came to mind was Alabama when they had Jalen Milroe and they lost to Vanderbilt. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the literal vision that came in my mind. Like, nah, they tried to scare Vanderbilt. You feel me? It used to be that Vanderbilt was a home game, nigga. You feel me? But Vanderbilt beat the shit out of Bama. Well, not beat the shit, but you feel me? They won. I think they won by more than a touchdown though. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. It might have been 3 points, but they won. But all I'm saying though is like that's the same shit, bro. And when you look at how they're already getting feisty with the $20,000 Shaheed drones. You feel me? Compared to our $1 billion, you feel me? Weapons grade systems. And here they come with these $20,000 drones, and they're causing confusion and panic, bro. You feel me? These unmanned ships. like simple shit, bro. It almost puts you in the mind of Vietnam. You know what I'm saying? And the more that type of news goes around, what is that gonna do to the price of oil and everything? You feel me?
We think about the price of oil. Let's think about the price of food.
Yeah, that too. Because everything has a trickle down effect.
Once we start getting escalating prices of wheat, escalating prices of corn, escalating prices of soy, when those things start to happen and the world can't feed itself, then somebody got to get cut out. Somebody who has enough power to step in and correct things will have to come through. Famine is on the way. And it might be for us, bro. We've been wasting food. We've been housing food and allowing it to rot in fucking warehouses, and it
Exactly.
could be distributed to people who's hungry right now.
Facts.
America has become, we're reaping what we've been sowing, bro. But it's not us. I don't even
No, it's
want to
not.
say it's us, bro. It's not us, bro.
But the world sees us though, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
You see what I'm
the
saying?
world sees us for
But it's
sure.
not us.
It
You see
ain't
what I'm
us,
saying?
bro. It
And
ain't
and,
us,
and,
bro.
and see, the thing is, we're presently talking in a group that's historically literate enough to remember that. Remember the fact that we let, you know, um food rot that we could have given away. Just a lot of stuff that you just reoccurred. Um, but the thing is, what about for those who can easily forget stuff that just so recently transpired? You know, that's also what's scary because a lot of those people are gonna become our future leaders, man. And that's why it's also good. You know, shout out to KFO TV, man, that we got something like that to make a historical record, bro. You know, does anybody else have any more input on what's going on with the war? All right, bro. So look, man, um, uh, uh, a giant in terms of uh, civil rights recently passed away in Jesse Jackson, and he wasn't recognized by this White House for whatever reason. And I just remember growing up as a kid, really throughout my whole life until this current administration, really had like a historical figure not been recognized by the administration, even to the point that they didn't fly the flag outside the White House at half staff. Hell, they flew the flag at half staff for people that meant nothing to American culture. Jesse Jackson didn't just mean something to black people. You see what I'm saying? He did things, he left his mark on the country. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't just a lightweight. This is somebody who walked with uh Martin Luther King. And just the simple fact that a motherfucker who has a stripper as a wife, you know what I'm saying? And is the US president can and motherfuckers who are on his side of the aisle don't even have the wherewithal to tell this man that what he's doing is wrong. Historically, I really have a problem with that, man. With whatever people may feel about Jesse Jackson, bro, he did a lot more right for this country than anything he ever did wrong, man. So, you know, politics aside, and that's just my take on it, man. How do you guys feel about that? I know it was kind of heavy, man.
No,
How you
I
feel?
totally agree, man. Like, He definitely should have been honored in DC. That's been like something that they've normally done for people like Jesse Jackson. I want to say they did it for Edward Kennedy, former senator from Massachusetts when he passed. Um, people like that, you like have something in Washington where everybody there could go see the person at the U.S. Capitol and kind of just pay their respects to what they did to this nation. And I definitely feel like, even if like I think they said that they only do stuff like that now for former presidents, but that was a rule that they had put in place. I want to say the last time that Trump was president, and so I just feel like, yeah, he definitely should have been honored. Like Kloud said, he walked with Martin Luther King, and a lot of people credit what he did in running for president in the 1980s as paving the way for Barack Obama to run in the 2000s and end up being the first black president. So yeah, I totally agree, and it's a missed opportunity for sure, but it just kind of goes towards that, just the narrative of what we expect, you know, um, in just a hyper political environment. So that's just my take.
Kane, anybody want to jump in on that?
I think this could be based on like prior relationships, you know. Um, who knows how Donald Trump may personally feel about Jesse Jackson. You know what I mean? Like they came up kind of like around the same time. You know what I mean? So it's like he might have some inside thought about him that's different from the way the nation may view him, And I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing. I just think that this is kind of like on par for the course of like I don't think we should continue to expect things from people who just don't have our best interests, who don't believe in like really acknowledging what has happened to Negroes as we've been on this continent. You know what I mean? So it's like I just can't continue to realistically expect anything less or anything more from a group of people who just like they don't necessarily say it through their words, but they say it through their actions that I'm a second class citizen, maybe even third class citizen at this point, fourth class citizen. So it's like I don't expect them to reverence any of our people like going forward.
Sad.
Yeah, it's a dark future for America, bro. I don't really see like a lot of like I don't see a lot of brightness. I just the thing that we should probably be focused on as black men is creating a network within our own families and creating like a bond with people that's gonna be growing around us so that we can kind of like become more self-sufficient. Um America cook, bro. Like we can't look towards America to for reparations or anything of that matter. Like we have to be the ones that say we're gonna control our own destiny. We're not gonna allow governments that govern invisible borders to, you know, yes, they can destroy us individually, bro, but they can't destroy a bloodline collectively. It would have already happened if they could, you know what I'm saying? So it's about us kind of like just moving away from because I think Congress has been bought. I think the House of Representatives have been like, I think Congress, both the Senate and the House, has been bought and paid for. Your local elections have been bought and paid for by the billionaires who have the money to throw millions of dollars away just so that they can have their means come to an end. So we got to kind of like disassociate ourselves from these different corporations, bro. And I'm like, I'm gonna be speaking this on a corporate platform, but it's the honest truth. Like if the corporations don't value the human capital that has put them in the place so that they can do what they're doing now, we should divest from them. Absolutely 100%. If you think that AI is better than human capital, bro, prove it. Tell your AI to fucking build it right now, dog. Tell your fucking robots to get their ass out there right now and fucking build your data centers. Real shit, bro. We need to return on that shit right now, bro. Fuck 2033. Motherfuckers ain't gonna get their bread back till 2033, bro. And you mean to tell me that this is what we supposed to be putting our motherfucking bets on, bro?
Like anything though, with anything, you got to build the infrastructure first. You feel me?
I see that.
You feel me?
I see that. But if you can't realistically go throughout America and build these data centers and you like more and more communities are pushing back towards them motherfuckers because it's not like that the billionaires that are putting these shits up are paying for them. The people are paying for them. But the government created an incentive to where we're gonna protect those that are building them. We're gonna turn
Crazy
them to
too.
government sites.
That's crazy too, because the people, the communities are paying for them in all types of ways. They're paying for them out of financially, right? And they're paying for it health and the health wise as well. And the health wise might be actually more than what it is financially, what they're paying, man. So that's definitely something to consider with that AI shit, man. I just anybody got anything else to say though on the
Hey,
Jesse
just
Jackson?
to make silly ass fucking pictures and shit, cute ass fucking anime pictures and shit,
Hey,
nigga, making fucking cat videos and shit with the AI, nigga.
and I
You know
think
what I'm saying?
I think a study was done that the bulk majority of the AI that is used right now is to do silly stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
And that's something to talk about in the day.
Yo, Kane, you ain't got nothing, man?
Nah, I mean, not really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was about to shoot it to him on the editorials, but yeah, man. So Jesse was definitely a huge public figure to us all here in America. And rest in peace, Jesse Jackson. It's it's been a solid week here, and that's really what was biggest on my heart. You know what I'm saying? Kane, is there anything that we didn't cover in today's episode that you might want to mention or have on the lookout for next week?
Nah, um, I don't know. I think Jesse Jackson, should be recognized. I'm not sure to what extent, on what level, by who, on what platform, you know, but he's definitely a part of history, or whether it's American history or Black history. But I at first I thought like That's messed up. Then I thought about it. I'm like, does the president always do this? Like, is this like mandatory? Is, you know what I'm saying? Then he did it from even another perspective. Like, yeah, what if Jesse Jackson was hating on Donald Trump back in the day? You never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So, like, imagine if Jesse Jackson trying to, you know what I'm saying, dap it up with Snoop Dogg, and he like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then go post up with Donald Trump. He might have, you know what I'm saying? You never know.
Mm.
You never know what happened. I don't know. But as far as anything else, I'm not sure. Y'all want to talk about the possibility of Future being on Drake album?
Drake
If
dropping an album?
Yeah, Iceman.
It's supposed to be his most recent up and coming project, right?
Let me look up. Let me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could touch on that a little bit, man. We got some tape, but first off, go ahead and lead on it, man. What do you think about the possibility of Future and Drake collabing on another EP? What's your take on that, Kay?
I'm gonna be honest, man. If Future is on this album, what is the Iceman concept supposed to be about? What's the point of this whole act like I'm like never like we ain't gonna never piece it up. We like stay on that side. Like y'all tried to end me. I don't get it. I just don't understand it, man. And if he is on this album, then I don't know what to believe. I might feel like this whole beef thing was scripted and planned by everybody.
All
And
them niggas
maybe
that you vouch for need to get out of the house, but they washed up. That boy washed up.
I mean, okay. But I mean,
Who you talking about though, Phil? Who washed up?
If Drizzy's still talking about the Kendrick Lamar beef, he washed up, dog.
Is
He
he
ain't
though?
got he ain't got nothing else to talk about. If that's what he talking about on this Iceman album, he ain't got nothing else to talk about, bro. He
No,
done did it.
he got a lot to talk about though.
Like what?
His beef with KD and LeBron, or is it just LeBron he beefing with
Yeah,
right now?
LeBron, I think.
What I'm
I'm
saying is
saying
if beef is the only thing that Drake got to talk about on the track, bro, it ain't nothing for him to say. I don't give a
no,
fuck
just
about none of that, bro.
nah. At first you were like his beef with Kendrick, so I was like, you know what I'm saying, and then you kind of tweaked your argument. You feel me? So I gotta call that
What
out
I'm saying,
first.
what I'm saying is ultimately the two common denominators in both arguments that
Yeah,
you interpreted
you
that
were
I'm
right.
saying
The beef,
is the beef, bro.
the
If,
beef.
if Drake is on beef shit, then bro, it's nothing else for him to say that would be worth any value, dog. Cause he gonna be just trying to stun on niggas, bro, and we don't want to hear that, bro. Nigga, how old is your son, nigga? You feel me? Like you took that nigga to Disney World. How did that feel, bro? You know what I'm saying? What new bitch in your life? We talking about some hoes. You still want to talk about niggas and shit, bro? I don't want to hear nothing about no motherfucking niggas, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about no men, bro. I want to hear about the women. I want to hear about the children that you are raising and how that has affected you as a man. And how you fucking these hoes and making a lot of money and flying around the world?
But look, with what you just said, that kind of just did the whole what you think about Drizzy and Future doing a collab more intriguing, bro, because what would they talk about other at this time than some shit like that, some balling ass shit like that, right?
Bro,
Make a better,
they
make,
already did a tape together. That shit with Cheeks. We just talked about this,
yeah,
bro.
but they got to do that better. They definitely got to run that back because of what you said then, right? They got to run that back. These are two motherfucking, that's Tyson and Evander Holyfield, bro. And the nigga ain't even get his ear bit off. They got to run that back, bro. You heard? You felt me? Because of that.
Them niggas not Kobe and Shaq when they get on the track together, bro. They just not, bro. Like they get on a
That's a
whole,
take.
they get
That's
on
a
a
take.
whole, they get on a whole album together. It's not gonna happen, bro. It's not gonna. We
That's
already
that's
heard it.
that's a take when after what a time to be alive, whenever they did collapse, them joints weren't nothing but heaters though. So
Listen,
what do you
listen,
mean?
listen. What I'm saying, bro. When it's done in a saturated like thing, like an album would be, where it's track after track after track after track of them two being together trying to blend their sounds, it just doesn't work. But if I make a track with Future one year and then I take a year off and then I make a track with Future the next year, it's always gonna sound like it's fire, bro, because we not putting it back to back to back. You feel what I'm saying? Like, would you say Future got more hits with Drizzy than he do with other artists?
Right there is another take, man. I have to defer to Tia Kane on that. You feel me?
But see, I was just thinking like
Dreadlock.
like as far as like with Future, who could have a better collab than Drake? You know, would it be Young Thug or Gunna?
Lil Uzi Vert, man. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like they did a tape together. The tape that they did together was pretty. It was better than that. What a time to be alive,
The tape that Uzi did with who?
Drizzy.
Future?
You know that he did with Future. Yeah, they had that smoking and drinking on. That drinking and smoking on there, and they had that. That's it. And they had a couple other tracks that was pretty decent on there.
Yeah,
You
I got
can't argue that that one had better, because I know that both of them have better, good rapport, with the public. But I don't know, man. T, what you think about that? The possibility of them collabing
I think
on
it
another project.
I think it could be good. I think, I Drake's always gonna get his numbers. And I just feel like, whenever I hear him or Future, it's gonna be some I'm gonna listen to, but you know, I I'm not really somebody who's really tapped in as far as like where most of the music's going in hip hop, but as far as like duos, I'd say Future and Drake are like whenever they get on a song together, it's more times than not going to be quality compared to some of the other stuff that comes out. So I think it could be a good thing. As far as like Drake talking about Kendrick or just any of the stuff he's got going on, I just feel like Drake's been this rapper who's always talked about what's going on, like going back to Take Care, I guess. Like, he always addresses what's going on. So I just expect more of that from him and, mixed in with like a lot of the other stuff. As far as like, like to Phil's point, like just hearing about like what's going on in his life and all that kind of stuff, I feel like certain rappers just kind of age out of just the main or just like the main culture, because what Drake's on right now, nobody's going to be able to really relate to. You know, it's kind of like how Jay-Z was by the time he put out, Magna Carta, Holy Grail. Like nobody was, people criticized that album because he was talking about art the whole time, so I just feel like he, just put out the music and we're more than likely gonna listen to it.
But see, think about if you listen to that album right now. If you think about the tracks that's on Magna Carta Holy Grail, bro.
Yeah,
Like maybe at the time we was giving niggas flack about that shit, bro, but reviewing it, bro, it sounded like just as a more mature album
yeah,
than than 4444, and that came out years later.
yeah.
Like so, yeah, niggas was talking about the fucking art rap. Yeah, we get it, but niggas gonna always talk shit. That's not the point. To me, I'm saying like, especially as I get older, bro, what stands against time? Like if I'm hearing bars about fucking you beefing with a nigga 5 years from now, I'm like, bro, this nigga was talking about the fucking beef 3 years after the shit was squashed, bro, after the shit was dead. You not coming back from that it, bro. You're not coming back. Just move on.
Yeah, I
So
don't
you
know,
get up.
man.
So if you so you come in. I don't know which. This has got to be like 14th, 15th studio album for
Yeah,
Drake. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And you mean to tell me that this is your idea of what an album should be as you get closer to your 40s should be about another motherfucking person, bro? After you done beat the game, you done been at the top of the game. Well, we need hip hop needs hits, bro. And you want to talk about another nigga, dog? I don't want to fucking hear no shit about no other man, bro. I want to hear about some hoes. We want to feel good. You know what I'm saying? And we want to goddamn be able to fucking ride to your music at nighttime again, my nigga. We don't want to hear about no motherfucking niggas, bro. Talking about you the ice man. Man, you know, fucking ice man, nigga.
But
Oh,
Phil, like this is Drake
oh,
we're
like,
talking about though.
oh, like Frosty the Snowman.
This is Drake we're talking about though, Phil. Like for all the dogs, like half of that album was for women. Like that's Drake. It's gonna be like half for women and then half like him just rapping about just whatever. So we
I
ain't
guess,
really
bro,
standing for
because
that.
I mean, because me personally, and this is just me. I only listen to the first song on For All the Dogs, and I don't remember none of them songs after. Like Virginia Beach is the best song on the album to me, and like everything else is kind of just like
What about first person shooter, which arguably set this whole thing off?
I don't remember no bars off First Person Shooter, bro. Can you quote me a bar off of there real quick?
Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl? That's
Yo,
it.
Cloudy, can you quote me a bar off the First Person Shooter, bro? Kane, anybody want to help us out, bro?
Hold on, what happened?
Can you quote a bar off First Person Shooter?
I might let it rock because I love the mystique. Uh, I still want to give me a summer where I be. Um, hold on, how come on?
I don't know. Big as the Super Bowl. Get
I'd be
some.
able to shoot off the top with it. You feel me? If it just to make what Phil's saying, you see what I'm saying? You would have to say the Drake bar off the top. Feel me? Like if you ain't able to do that, then you ain't able to rebuttal. against Phil's argument. So we just lost. Well, Drake just lost saying that, but I get it. I get it.
I ain't gonna lie, fool. Like I done had a long day, and I was like, low key, no, I don't even know what we was talking about.
Hey
But
man, hey, I hate you said that on the podcast, bro. But
You feel right, right? Feel right. Like, ain't got no bars on that shit.
my fault. But nah, that nigga
I'm
said,
about to click out on this shit. I'm about to click whoa. I'm about to click out on this shit. I'm about to click whoa. I'm down to click down on you hoes and make a crime scene. I clicked the trigger on the stick like a high beam. Man, I was Bentley wheel whipping when I was 19. She called my number, leave her hanging. She got dry clean. She got an Android. Her messages is lime green. I searched one name and it ended up seeing 20 things. Nadine, Christine, Justine, Kathleen, Charlene, Pauline, Claudine. Man, I pack them in this phone like some sardines. Y'all should have said that one. Yeah, that one was hard. I ain't gonna lie, that one was hard. Hey, I like that one. I like that one. I pack them in this phone like some sardines. I like that one. And they send me naked messages, and they send me naked pictures. It's the small thing. You niggas still talking, taking pictures on the joke on the Gulf Stream. My youngest richer than you rappers, and they all stream. I really hate that you've been selling them some false dreams. Man, if your pub was for sale, I'd buy the whole thing. Bro, who pub are you buying, bro?
It's a part of it. The way you just said it and you repeated it, goddamn, Phil. Yeah, he did
Like,
have bars. Never mind.
yeah, he did have some bars on there. He had some
He
bars on
was
there. Yeah,
he
he had
was
some.
talking nasty, bro, to whoever he was talking to, bro. Talking about buying the niggas pub. That's some that's some shit that 50 just did to Jim Jones when he bought the nigga podcast shit and had the nigga kicking through the door. You seen that shit? And then released the videotape. Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey, he buying niggas pubs. I guess that's hard shit, bro. I can't.
It don't make me that is oh my God. Hey, look, so like dang,
Hey, bro,
you
who pub are you buying?
dang, Kane, you sparked up one then, bro. I guess I don't even know. Where did you get that from? That was just off the top of the dome, or you saw that on a verified source that's in the mix.
you talking about the future thing?
Yeah.
Charlemagne said he had a source that
Okay.
that well he said that he said he heard from somebody who heard Iceman that Future was on it, and then DJ Head tweeted Charlem was heard from the same person I did because I heard the same thing or something like that. And then Rory and Maul, the guys who used to be on Joe Budden podcast, they were talking about it. And Maul was like, ideas are being created. So like he could be on the album, he could not be, but he could have just said he not. So that leads me to believe that it's possible that he's still on. And I think, to be honest, I think if he is on it, I think it's an old song that they already did, or maybe like before the beef. But my thing would be, do you need it? Do you need to drop that bad? Like you really Drake, like you really can't really go too much higher, especially after the beef. You really can't go too much higher. So why not just keep that shit? You know what I'm saying? Maybe sell it to some hackers or something like that. Maybe just keep it for another 10, 15 years. Let that shit drop me like, let people be like, damn, this is what we could have got if Future went a whole ass nigga, a slime ball, sleaze ball. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it. I just don't see how he could be cool with any of these guys. Like I honestly was like, I hate it, but I was like, I think he should retire. I think if I was him, I think I would like retire and I probably would just like get back into acting. I mean, but at the same time, I don't think he should fold. But I feel like acting is a good lane for him.
He should do the streaming game, bro.
The what?
He should just like transition into the streaming game.
No, see that's you getting disrespectful now.
What is, bro? You said acting, bro.
Yeah, like acting, not
Man,
content
transition
creating.
streaming, bro.
No.
He already do it.
Listen.
He could be
He's
doing
already doing it.
IRL streams, bro.
Listen.
He basically streamed, bro.
Listen.
He can drop the album on stream.
Okay, no. That
Listen, bro. Listen, you need to break down this image of this nigga that you got in his head, bro. He cooked, bro. He not that nigga no more, bro. That nigga's
I
a
don't
streamer. That
listen. I
nigga a
don't
streamer
listen.
now, bro.
I don't know
You
who.
you
Listen,
heard
no,
what the nigga said in the bars, bro.
no.
The nigga
Listen,
said
listen,
his little niggas be doing the streaming now.
Said they
listen.
got more bread than you when they all stream.
No, listen. I
Said
don't know
last
who
summer
he.
he
I don't
got
know.
like a
Listen,
hundred tickets.
I don't know who he is or who he gonna be. All I'm saying is I just don't see how you could work, how you could do business with these guys after what they just tried to pull.
It's because they all in this. They all on the same team, bro. If you want to get real about the shit, they all work for the same thing. These niggas are WWE wrestlers.
So
Like if you want me to be real with you, that's what it is. These niggas WWE wrestlers. But if you want me to keep it, on the surface, then it's because Drake need that plug. He need that ATL plug. You feel me?
I just want to say this before we move on, before we end this. It's so crazy how things change, bro. How times change, how people change, how people how people's feelings about things change. Because I remember, bro, it could have been when I was in 10th grade, more likely 11th or 12th. I'm not really rocking with this Drake dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I remember that. I remember that.
like can y'all hear me? Am I
Yeah,
still?
yeah, we're listening to you. I remember that.
I got a phone call. My bad. I just didn't know if it had messed me up. So I didn't like Drake, right? And I'm like, because for real, what I'm first hearing is him singing, and I'm not really too heavy on the singing tip. I
Right.
don't like dudes singing and stuff like that. Like, you gotta really be. That's not the point. And then you was bumping them hard, you was bumping them tough, and I'm just like, man, I ain't. And then I heard him rap. So then I'm like, okay, this dude can rap. So I gave more of a chance. I was more open minded, and I listened to So Far Gone. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I like when he raps. I still don't too much care for the singing. Then I hear Comeback Season. No, I take it back. I don't hear Comeback Season. I hear Thank Me Later. And when I first heard Thank Me Later, man, I used to listen to it front to back. The first few times I heard it before I decided which songs I ultimately didn't like. And I'm like, man, this dude really is as good as they say he is.
Top
Like I
five
see
Drake,
it in him.
top five Drake album, by the way.
I was
Underrated.
like, this dude. I said, this dude really is as good as they say he is. So then now I'm going back. Now I'm listening to stuff like Comeback Season, where it's really more heavy on the singing and stuff like that. And I still don't rock with it, but I'm giving him more credit. Like, I might not like it, but he can do his thing. He can rap and he can do this. Okay, cool, whatever. Now, this dude saying he don't rock with Drake. And I'm not just trying to go to war for Drake. Don't make me the poster child for defending Drake. Please don't. It just was kind of wild to see everybody just like everything switch up on. And I don't know why it was wild because I low key saw it when the Pusha T thing happened. But this time it just was bad. It was really bad. It was really bad.
It's just more so for me, bro. Like I like a certain style of Drake music. Like the
You
honest,
you told me you stopped listening to him when he made More Life.
I listen to the honestly never mind shit, and I like that. I like that. And then when I tried to give him another chance on Her Loss, but it seemed like it was too forced. Like this persona that you're trying to like give off, all while at the same time like looking like the goofiest you ever looked in your whole career. Like it's just not giving. It's not giving grown man, bro. And like as I've grown up as a person, like I used to like try to juxtapose my life with Drizzy's life, even though I was delusional because I was never anywhere close to that. But like when I was hearing nothing was the same, like the things that he was saying in them songs at that time was correlating with my life. You know what I'm saying? And it just seemed like that the further we got away from like just Drake's own sound, the more and more we got like this, to me, false persona of this guy who's supposed to be like the best ever. Like he had a like he could still be the best ever, but it was a time to me like it was absolutely stamped that he was the best ever to do this shit. And now it's just like we're not gonna be able to say that. So it's just like, do you still celebrate Michael Jordan when he hooping for the Washington Wizards? You know what I'm saying? Like after Kobe tore his Achilles in 2013, like is he still the best player in the league? After Magic Johnson came back from AIDS, is that nigga still the best player in the league? After Larry Bird hurt his back, like is he still the best player in the league? No, time has caught up to him. And I just think that's where we at with this shit. He suffered an injury that he can't come back from, bro.
I respect it.
Just saying.
I think we in a weird space right now where it's like kind of similar to the NBA or maybe the NBA last season where or maybe not last season, but maybe season before last, where everybody was like, who the face of the league gonna be? Because, we don't really know. And it was like it was like kind of debatable that Curry, KD, and LeBron were still like the three best players in the league. Or at least those three were like top five, top six, top seven, something like that. I don't know. So it's like the old guys, they aren't like the very best, the absolute best, but they're so like individually, they're just like still good. But like when you see them together, like on an All-Star floor or on the USA floor, like or I guess competing, you know what I'm saying? Like when you see them all competing at a high level, you like, man, these guys still move the needle. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think it is. Cause I mean, how much more like what I guess Kendrick Lamar can rap till I guess. I don't know.
He
But
can't. He can't keep going, bro. It ain't gonna be shit for him to talk about after a while.
Yeah.
I mean I think
He gonna keep dissing Drake.
I mean I think they all kind of like on the decline.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
J. Cole already said that was his last album.
Yeah,
So
it's a changing of the guard, bro.
I'm just saying though, man. They let Brett Favre play till he was like 40 something, bro. And they pulled up to Mississippi to ask the man to play. Like, and he was hooping too. And they had to like put a bounty on him just to stop him. So hey, niggas could perform like well into their 40s.
Brett Favre will be like
Yeah,
Jay-Z in this situation, huh?
shit, he might be.
I only say that because I feel like Jay-Z be kind of like scamming like I feel like he be kind of like scamming the community, like using his like whoever he is like as leverage to be like, hey, y'all black people, right? This what y'all should be doing. You feel me? So, hey, we got this FUBU John, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe not food. Let's say title. You know what I'm saying? We got title. You know what I'm saying? It's for black. It's for us. It's for the artists. You know what I'm saying? For with us. Then in meet certain conditions, he sell it off. Then Brett Favre, he scams some folks out of some money, and don't nobody give a damn.
Hey, listen,
don't
no, real
nobody
shit.
care about that.
No, real shit. Real shit. They made like the owner of the Brooklyn Nets made Jay-Z the minority owner so that so the cat that bought the Brooklyn Nets, he bought the Nets so that he could own a lot of the property that was in Brooklyn at the time that was owned by black and brown middle class families. Once they got priced out and bought out, they was able to do that the um the implementation of Jay-Z being pretty much the mascot. Hey, you got this guy from Marcy Projects. He came from rags to riches. He owns a part of the Brooklyn Nets. And then he comes do the play that you just said, Kane, where you say,
The bait and switch.
you niggas, y'all sell y'all shit so y'all can get a piece of what I got. And then they come through and buy that shit, and now you ain't got nothing but a whole bunch of money that's declining, while they got assets and the property value on that shit finna go up because they just gonna move the rest of y'all niggas up out of there. And now, not only did they give you some bullshit ass money, you lost your home, and you lost the equity and the value that came with it. And that's what niggas like Jay-Z do to the black community all the time.
My girl.
So definitely have a lot of, I would say, political puppets, right? And whatever games of politics that are being played. And I just really at first when Kane said that through that comparison out, I was lost. I ain't gonna cap. But he tied it in, man. And I can see the angles. I can see
And
the
they both,
angles.
and you said they let him play, they let him play that he was 40, and Jay-Z down there 80.
Hey, but look, at first I was gonna say Matthew Stafford though, because like Brett Favre ain't win no rings in his oldies. You feel me? but Matt Stafford did, and Matt Stafford almost won again. You know what I mean? But then again, Matt Stafford, I don't know, did he win at Georgia?
Hell no.
Oh, nah, so I don't know if that's a good one. If that's a good one. I think Brett Favre won in college, though, so he did win in the pros young, though. So that's a good comparison. The scammy, that's a good comparison. I get it. But I, in the examples of how you used it, those were good plays, especially with the title, maybe with the liquors. Yeah, I could see that. But look, man, it's been another awesome episode. You follow us at the Monday blog. Phil, where can they catch you at?
You can catch me at Instagram, feel.is.dopamine.
Okay, okay. Sweet, man. Kay, shout out where they can catch you at, man, for more content.
You can follow me on YouTube at K04T. Well, K04TV. K04TV.
Solid, solid. See, I think I said a solid, but you want to recap where they could follow you at?
Yes, sir. At the Monday blog, the YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. Thanks again for watching us, man, and we'll get at y'all at the next episode. All right.